When I was a teenager, I went through like kind of an existential crisis where I didn't understand the point of being here. Like, what is the point of living out an existence on earth? Like, why am I here exactly? What is my purpose? Why am I, why did I choose to be here to just like go to school, get an education, get a job, work for my life, and then die? I didn't get it. And that sent me into like a tailspin, like a really deep depression. And I feel very fortunate that right now I have the ability to have these deeper, more existential conversations with my spirit guides so that I, for myself, have a better understanding of why I'm here and what the purpose of all of this is. And I would love to offer you my unique viewpoint on that based around the conversations I've had with my spirit guides. And this is just my perspective. Feel free to take what resonates and leave what doesn't. The way I like to describe this to people is that we have these two main parts to us. We have our human part, which consists of our ego, and then we have our soul part, which doesn't have an ego, and it is just pure unconditional love. Your ego is a part of you that allows itself to experience a sense of self identity and individuality. It has wants and needs and desires. It sees itself as an individual entity having a unique individual experience. It thinks in terms of me, myself, and I, what I want, what I need. And as a byproduct of that, it does have a desire to protect itself. The ego oftentimes gets a bad rap, and it's not a bad thing. It's just your ability to ground into this human experience and be able to witness you from this unique, individualized viewpoint. It's not bad, it's just an aspect of this human experience. And your soul desires to have this experience because when we're not on earth, we don't live out individual existences. We are a collective. We have this more unified oneness type of reality that is difficult for the human mind to really comprehend and understand. And that's why we like coming here, is because it offers a unique experience, an experience of you, like your uniqueness, which doesn't really exist on the soul plane, because to your soul self, we are all one. And there is no one unique experience. It is all kind of for the collective, and your soul thinks in terms of we, not I. And so it is an opportunity for you to experience that I, me, myself, and I version of you. There are two different interpretations of purpose because there are two parts to you. There's your soul part and there's your human part. And your human's desire for purpose is very different. And your human ego part has a different interpretation of what purpose means than your soul self. And this is where I think the nuance is helpful, and it was helpful for me to understand. To your soul self, your purpose is whatever your ego self wants it to be. Like your human ego self, as it's going through life, living out its existence, it can choose whatever purpose it wants to have. And to your soul, any choice is perfect. It does not have a vested interest in whatever choice your human self makes. Your soul self sees it. There's no right or wrong, good or bad. That does not exist from the soul perspective. To your soul, the purpose is witnessing your human self pick a purpose and go for it. And there are no expectations on a soul level around getting it right or succeeding. It's just having the experience of desiring a purpose and following it. And there is no desired outcome. The outcome isn't even what's important. It's the experience of the journey and the outcome. It's literally just the experience of existence. That's what your soul's purpose is. And your human self gets to decide, I want this to be my purpose in this lifetime, and then go follow it. And if your human self decides that it wants to change its mind and do something else, to your soul, that's perfectly fine. Your soul doesn't care. Your soul is just happy to be witnessing it all unfold, kind of like a fun movie that it's watching. After this lifetime is finished, your soul is not going to celebrate your accomplishments and achievements. It's going to celebrate the fact that you came to Earth and lived out an existence. It's going to celebrate the act of like going through the thing, of all the things you experienced, of the trials and tribulations, and the fact that you did the damn thing. It doesn't care about what you did, just that you tried and you did it. To your soul, the most important part of this whole thing is to have an experience that is unique, to be able to have an experience where you can ground into a sense of self and experience things through the vantage point of that self. And your soul gets to observe you living out an existence from a specific perspective and viewpoint as that particular self, because that's cool. It gets to experience something that it wouldn't be able to otherwise. And the more often it gets to do that, the more it can accumulate those different experiences and learn and grow from them. It's literally like watching a child like go through life and experience firsts, right? Like you watch a baby learn to crawl and then walk and then run and then talk and then count. And the adults watching this baby do these things for the first time isn't going to get mad at the child for making any one choice that the adult doesn't deem to be the right choice. You know, it is the freedom of the child to make choices and learn from them, because the more choices it has at its disposal, the more experiences it has, the more it can accumulate knowledge and wisdom and learn from each of them. And so the lesson that your soul wants you to know is to have this perspective of you, that you are, just give yourself a break. Let yourself go through life and make choices. There's no right or wrong choice, because each choice lends itself to an experience that you can learn and grow from. And guess what? If your soul desires that it wants to come back and do it all again and have a different opportunity to make different choices, then it has the power to do that too. So there are no expectations. There are no right, wrong, good, bad choices. There's just the experience of living life as you. And there's nothing more incredible or special than that.